What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic and Mrs. Heretic coming at you with a special edition of reactions, reviews, and rants. And tonight! Ooh, geez, yes, tonight! We're gonna be reacting to Unlucky Morpheus. Yes, indeed. Unlucky Morpheus fans feeling you.
Okay.
Come on now.
What is an unlucky Morpheus?
I'm gonna tell you that in just in a second. Unlucky Morpheus fans feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi bop, do us a favor. Before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give us a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Krauser, and Krauser wanted to see us react to Unlucky Morpheus with a song called Phantom Blood. Now, have you ever heard this song before?
I've never even heard of the name of the band.
Okay, so this is your first time checking out Unlucky Morpheus. Okay, okay, before you see anything, just looking at the name Unlucky Morpheus, what kind of band do you think this is? Any idea? You think it's like a death metal band?
I have no idea.
You have no idea. Okay.
I'm walking into this absolutely blind.
Completely blind. All right. Well, very much like you, I'm in the same boat. Now, I've done many reactions to Unlucky Morpheus before, but I've never heard this song before. So this is going to be a first time for me hearing the song, and this is going to be your very first exposure to Unlucky Morpheus. Oh boy!
Please stop.
Oh boy! Oh, marshmallowy boy!
All right.
We're going to have a good time with this. Okay, let's see. This was posted on a private Mega Drive, and Krauser provided the link to me, but he asked I don't share the link, so sorry guys, but this is not going to be available down below in the video description. And I have absolutely no idea how many views this video has because it is on a private Mega Drive. So we're really going into this blind, aren't we? Yes, we are. That's all right. We're gonna have some fun with it anyway. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Let's get started. What do you think? What do you say? Are you ready?
No.
Too bad. We're all gonna do it anyway. Let's get those fingers up, because here we go. All right. Here we go. Unlucky Morpheus, Phantom Blood, live. It's always better live. I think it's always better live. What do you think? You don't know. We'll figure it out. So you really don't have any idea about this band at all? Oh man, are you ever in for it? Let's see how quickly she notices you know who. Yeah. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Unlucky Morpheus, yeah!
You saw it, didn't you? You saw it, didn't you?
Baby metal?
No, not baby metal. you didn't. What makes you think baby metal?
Girl with pigtails.
You didn't see what she's holding?
A violin.
Yes, that's Jill. You're gonna be. I promise you, you're gonna be hearing a lot about Jill in the comments. So, especially since this is your first time seeing the band. She does kind of look like she's wearing a baby metal costume.
Uh-huh.
Kinda.
全部聞こえてるよ。ありがとう。今日はアンデッドコーポレーションとのツーマンだけど、まだまだ外寒いしみんな熱くなりたいよね。熱くなれる？聞かせて。聞かせて。バラバラいけますか？いけるか？ 聞いてください。ファントムブラッド。
Wasn't me.
It's J-pop!
Sort of. It definitely has J-pop qualities, and that's really coming from Jill more than anyone else. She's got that melodic line going, that J-pop style melodic line going on her violin. Yeah.
Sweet.
You like it?
Sweet.
So far, so good?
So far, so good.
So
but
far, so
we are
good.
going to rewind.
You want to rewind a little?
Hey, rewind a
Okay.
little. Yeah, the pigs might come out tonight.
They might. They just might. Oh, half time. Nice. Okay.
It's J-pop
Yeah.
meets like mosh pit.
Okay. So J-pop infused into metal elements?
Yes.
Okay, so you got actually the way around, the J-pop elements mixed into the metal foundation, metal music foundation. Yeah, that's basically what this song is.
Like, I could see a mosh pit forming.
Oh,
at
yeah,
these
absolutely.
concerts.
No, this is the style of music that you could actually have a mosh pit in. I don't know if they do have mosh pits usually. I think I've seen one or two from their crowds, but not a very typical thing. This is not one of their heavier songs. This is one of their lighter songs for sure that I've heard on the channel. They have songs that are much heavier than this. They actually, believe it or not, they did a Dream Theater cover, if you can believe that. Without the lead vocalist, it was just the guitar players, the bass players, the drummer, and the violinist. They have a little side project called Quadrophenia, and they knocked one of Dream Theater's instrumental tunes out of the park. Very impressive. I was blown away by that. Now this is a lot more laid back, a lot more commercially appealing. The chordal progression, not very difficult. It's very easy to follow along with. It's very pleasing to the ear, yeah?
Yeah, but I'm a lyrics girl, so I don't understand
Yeah.
nada. It's hard for me.
Yeah. It's hard when you don't understand the lyrics, I know, but I don't ask me what the song's about. I have no clue. So, yeah, beats me.
Okay, let's rewind.
We're going to rewind?
2.
Okay. I'm gonna pause this time. I like it the second half of the solo. Guitar player plays a line, and then you heard Jill with the violin come in and respond with a response, basically mirroring exactly what was done prior on the guitar. I like that. I like that call and response to the solos. It was a nice touch. So nice hammer-ons and pull, but more important than the hammer-ons and pull-offs, I like the tapping. Very clean. It didn't sound muddled. It didn't sound muffled. Like sometimes when you do tapping, depending on how your fingers are, sometimes they'll hit the string and it's just not clean. You know, it's a little muffled, or like their palm will be a little too close to the string and you'll get a pinch harmonic by accident. Didn't get any of that. It was very nice solo across the board. Anything sticking out to you, or you're just enjoying the overall presentation?
I'm still in a little shock.
Shock how? What's shocking you?
Because it's like I said, I'm not understanding, so I'm trying to focus on what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
But there's so much going on. It's like you can't focus on one thing because there's so much. Like I said, I tell you, it's like a mosh pit on stage.
On stage, as far as the sound quality goes, it's like what's happening with layers and voicings.
Yeah,
it's just a lot happening.
The sound quality's good.
The sound quality is really nice.
Good.
This is a good quality sound recording.
Yeah, it is. But there's so much going on. You can't, even with, and the camera's moving so fast.
Yeah.
That you're kind of like trying to figure out what's coming where.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A little overload.
It is. That's
okay.
It's not a bad overload, but it's an overload. Like, it's like, I think I would have to hear this more than once to kind of fully grasp everything. It's one of those things. It's like when you watch a really good movie and then you're like, I know I missed something. So you watch it again and you pick up more and more layers of what's going on.
It's like watching The Matrix for the first time. You don't get it. Like so much, like when you watch that movie for the first time, so much just flies by you. And then like the second and third time you watch it, it's like, oh, now I get it. Yeah.
Oh, I was going to think Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Oh, that too. Oh, God, that movie. Oh. First time I watched that movie, I hated it. And then my friend Rachel, I gave the video back to her. I'm like, she told me I had to watch it, so I watched it. It was horrible. So I gave it back to her the next day at school, and I was like, that was an awful movie. And she gets it right back to me and says, watch it again. I was like, no, I don't want to watch this again. This is garbage. And she's like, dude, just watch it again. So I watched it again, and I loved it. It was hysterical the second time. So, yeah, I get it. Let's get back a tat, and we'll continue.
She has such a pretty voice.
You like her voice?
I like her voice.
What about her voice do you like? Because I'm willing to bet it's probably the same thing that I don't like. You probably like it, though.
I like it's. I don't want to use the word sultry, but I don't have a better way of like putting it. She's just very deep.
Her tone?
Her tone is like...
It's very wide, very broad, very warm. Mm-hmm. Okay, I like that about her. Let me ask you this question. What do you think of her vibrato? You know what vibrato is, right?
I'm not you.
Okay. You know when they do vocals and they go like that?
She does a lot of it.
She does a lot of it. Yes. Does it sound good to you?
It's okay.
I don't like it.
It's
Not
okay.
always.
It's okay.
Her wavelength on her vibrato, and I've been critical of her in the past about this before too. I feel like there are times where her vibrato just gets way too big, and the wave pattern just it's just like, oh god, it's overly done. It could be a lot. It could be done, but instead of it could be it could be a lot more subtle.
Remember, I don't get that kind of stuff as much as you do because I'm a little tone deaf and you're not.
Right.
So that kind of stuff irks your ear.
It does. It
For
bothers
me,
the hell out of me.
it doesn't irk my ear. So, but her voice is on the warmer side.
No, her voice is definitely on the warmer side. She's got a nice open throat, warm tone to her. She does. It's just sometimes not necessarily in this song. There's been a couple of times where her vibrato's gotten a little big, if I'm being honest, but most of her vibrato has actually been in control on this song, and I liked what I've heard so far. So.
Yeah, so that's the reason why I had to stop it.
That's okay.
Because I'll let us go back a little bit.
Yeah, it's fine. Go ahead.
Are we going to let the pigs out?
You want to let the pigs out?
I'm going to let the pigs
out. Oh, we don't care. Hey, it's our show. If we want to let the pigs out, we're going to let the pigs out. Fine. We'll do it. If we want to. Nice. That was nice. That was a good tune. What'd you think?
Let's do it at the review.
You want to just talk about you don't want to give any you just want to save it all for the review, huh? Okay. No spoilers?
No spoilers.
Fine. No spoilers. All right. You heard her. Give us a chance to talk about it. Give us a chance to get our thoughts together, and we'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Unlucky Morpheus with Phantom Blood. This was a request from Krauser. Okay, how do you want to do this? You want to give your score first and then talk about it? Okay, well, I'll give mine. I'm gonna give my score first. You want to give your score too?
Okay.
And then we'll talk about it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna give our scores first. You want to give your score first? You want me to go first?
Yes.
Okay, I'll go first. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give that an 8.1. Yeah, 8.1. I feel good about that score. What would you give it?
I'm gonna give it one solid thumb up.
Okay, one solid thumb up. Not bad. Okay. Cool. Let us tell you why.
Why?
You go first.
I get to go first. Okay. First of all, first things first, an 8.1, what does that mean? Well, an 8.1 would translate to a great scale rating, so I think it's a great song. It would get 4 out of 5 stars and an A- letter grade. That's right, so an 8.1 equals a great scale rating, 4 out of 5 stars and an A- letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. I think overall, I think this is a great song. Musically, it's the chordal progression was nice. It was fairly easy to follow. I would not call it predictable. Like I felt the chordal progression was going to go in some directions, and then they would pull a swerve on me. Some of the times it would go the way I thought it was going to go. So there were times where it was a little predictable, and there were times where it completely threw me for a loop. And I like that. And the thing is, when it did throw me for a loop, when I heard what they were doing, I thought to myself, oh, okay, that makes perfect sense, actually. I'm glad they did it that way. It's better than what I thought it was going to be. I like that. There was never any time where, during the course of them playing the music, I never once felt like scratching my head and going, I wonder why they did that. No, everything made perfect sense across the board. The feel of the song, I love how they were playing with the feel, sometimes with the straight time, sometimes with the half time. I liked it. And each time they did it, it made sense, especially in the chorus. Utilizing the halftime, especially in the chorus. That felt really good. Guitar playing, as always from these guys, I always kind of expect that level, and they definitely met my expectations. It was nice hearing the trade-off solos between the two guitar players. We had the one go first, and the other one came in and harmonized with him. That was nice. Coming out of that, in the second half of the solo, we did some call and response with Jill. That was really cool to see. Didn't see Jill being super active as far as taking the lead on this song. You heard her playing the main melodic line along with the guitar players, but I never really saw her come out solo and take the lead, which I was kind of surprised by, because that's usually what we see from Jill when she plays with Unlucky Morpheus. But that's okay. I mean, she still filled out the sound. She was still there and contributing, so that was nice. Drumming was solid. I loved the drumming on this. The drumming was fantastic, actually. I think the drumming was one of the best parts of the song. Really doing a great job of setting up each individual section, showing and developing and leading into each section with a nice fill. And when we did come into the next section, whether it was either coming out of halftime into straight time or going from straight time into halftime, take your pick, it was always set up well, and it always made sense, and it was very clearly defined. There was no question marks there as far as, are we in halftime or straight time? No, it was obvious. Vocally, it was good. She was strong on this one. There were a couple of points where her vibrato, I feel, did get a little wide, but not like I've heard from her in the past. There have been some songs from her in the past where it's been really wide all the time, and I'm not a fan. For the most part, I would say probably about 90 to 95% of the time in this song, she was fully in control of her vibrato and keeping it in a nice spectrum. There was seriously like maybe one or two times where it got a little wide. But other than that, there really wasn't any complaints. I love the heaviness of the song. It felt good across the board. Main melodic line, like you said, had definite pop elements to it, and it did have a little bit of a poppy feel, and I get that, I see that, and I absolutely agree with that. No, but overall, I think they did a great job. I think they did a great job, and that's why I'm giving it the 8.1. Your turn. Your turn now.
Okay. Honestly speaking, this is my first time ever hearing them, and basically, I probably will have to hear this song one or two more times at least. So given a first impression, please don't beat me up. That's why the one thumb up. I felt like it was sensory overload. There was just so much on stage going on that I couldn't sit there and focus and see and kind of put it in, on top of not knowing the lyrics, because it's in Japanese.
You're very much a lyrics person.
And I'm very much a lyrics person.
That's true.
So things like that kind of made it harder for me to relate as much to this. But I give it one solid thumb up because of the fact that the warm tones in her singing.
Vocals, okay.
The vocals were good. There was, like you said, it was sensory overload with the music, but the fact that they brought the violin in, that everything was solid in regards to how it sounded. Mm-hmm. And I'm not as much into timing and that kind of stuff as Dave is, because honestly, I'm tone deaf.
You're not a musician.
I'm not a musician, you guys.
I get it.
Like that's his expertise. I leave it to this wonderful human being here. Me, I just go and I bop along to the melody.
Nothing wrong with that.
And it was great there. So, like I said, I would probably have to listen to it more often. I'll probably like it even more if I listen to it more, because I'll get a chance to kind of like focus on this part and then focus on this part and then merge things together after I've heard it a few times to kind of break it apart, because I'm very much compartmentalizing it, and I can't the first time you hear it because there's just so much going on.
No, that's understandable. There's a lot of voicings in this band. You have the drummer, you have the bass player, you have two guitar players, and a violin, and a vocalist. You got 6 people on stage. It's a lot. It is a lot.
So very, very surprised at how much was going on.
What'd you think of the violin? I guarantee you that's what everybody wants to know what you think of.
I loved it.
Did you like it?
I loved it. That was like my favorite part of the whole song.
Really?
Yes, because you have to understand, we have a friend who plays violin,
You're right, and she does it, and she loves doing it in rock and metal bands.
Exactly, and when you hear, and I've heard songs that she's played without the violin, but when you bring that violin or viola in, oh my gosh, it warms it up. It brings takes it to a whole new level.
It does.
It really does. So that was a really, really cool treat to have for a band because you don't see that very often.
Cool. Anything else you want to say?
That's about it.
That's about it? All right. Well, you heard it here first, folks. We got one solid thumb up for Mrs. Heretic for her first time with Unlucky Morpheus. And for me, for Phantom Blood, I'm giving that an 8.1, great scale rating, 4 out of 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Take your pick. We don't care. Whichever one floats your boat. Final word, final score. We have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully, we were able to entertain you. If we were able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then we did our job, and we're so glad we could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to us, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic and Mrs. Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous.
And support each other.
Later. Peace.